Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. The video I'm going to do today is just a quick follow up for my friend Lee Arrowsmith of just done a review there on this knife here, the STV tracker. Done that about 10 days ago, and all I'm going to do in this video is kind of solidify some of the information that he talked about. Videos he done himself were done over 4 videos, so I'm kind of just condensing the information. First of all, the knife itself is called the STV tracker, and STV stands for straight tracker variant. Anywhere from the thumb ramp here to the tip can be changed by you, and what we mean by that is the anvil area here, I've just got it thick enough there, an inch, for striking my ferrule rod. Okay, but you could have a swedge at the front and maybe a 2-inch saw, or you could have it just all anvil with a swedge, or just all saw. It's up to yourself, and that's the beauty about this knife. So when you come to order this knife, you just tell Kev Cunningham of Origin Knives what you'd actually like done on the top here, and that's where the variation comes on each knife. So basically you build a knife that suits your purposes and your needs when you're out in the woods. Next thing I would like to talk about then is the saw. Now this saw here is a uni saw. It's actually a combination saw between a rip saw and a crosscut saw, and I'll bring that up so you can see that. It is very sharp. This saw itself comes with a saw cover which is magnetised. This is bright orange, so it's easy to see. So one of the things that Lee was saying about is losing this. So as a bit of advice to him, what I'd like to say is, as soon as you take this off, put it in the same place every time. For talking sake, you could put it in the top lid of your Bergen. And what I do with mine is I just put it straight in my mat pocket in my trousers each time. And it sits here, as you can see. The magnet holds it to the knife. It's really good. So get in the habit, if you get one of these, of putting the saw cover into a place or a safe place where you know it is every time you need to go back to it. And I would recommend your mat pocket. Right, another thing he was talking about the saw itself was how sharp it is. It is really sharp. If you're working up here, and in his saw it comes all the way back to actually the thumb ramp. So when he's got his thumb up here, sometimes it's touching the teeth. So what I suggest to him is wear gloves, and that'll stop it biting into your fingers. But he got it in a trade-in, so he got it as it came. He didn't pick the design, and straight off the bat he doesn't like the saw on a knife at all, or any knife. Well, there's not much you can do about that if that's what you traded your knife for. So you'll just need to deal with it and learn to work with it. He was saying that the saw can be a bit difficult to use, and all I can say to him is get the practice in, get out in the field and get the field time done, because this saw actually works, and this really cuts grooves, you know what I mean. It's not like the T1 tops, it's just a token gesture if you ask me. Right, this one actually does the job. There you go. Again. Again. There you go. So a real efficient saw that. The cut edge from the saw. Another thing he was saying about the saw was how thick the teeth were on the saw, or how thick the saw was, and they was wanting it narrowed down. Well, that doesn't work, simply because I have the Brock small bushcrafting knife, a cracking bushcrafting knife, that one, and it's got the teeth up the front, you know, maybe about 10 teeth up here to the swedge up to about this position, and it's 4mm thick, the stock on his. This one's 6mm. And what we found when we were using that one, when we come down with the batten, the teeth actually acted like nails and stuck into the batten. Right, so making it thinner actually makes the problem worse when it comes to ripping up your batten. And this is another thing that really gets to me, people going on about their batten. Oh, it chews up my batten. Listen, who gives a shit? Just go and get another piece of wood and hit it. That's it, as simple as that. So there you go, and that's why we have a 6mm thick saw on this, because it's far more efficient at cutting through wood. And as I say, it's a unisaw, so it can cut across the grain and with the grain. Another thing he was talking about was having different grinds on this. Now, I've got a knife here I'd like to show you. He was talking about the draw section here, changing that to a hollow grind. Now, the thing with a hollow grind, it's probably one of the most weakest geometries you can have on a knife. Hollow grinds are for open razors, blades for hunting, you know, cutting soft material. So here's a hollow grind here on the Bat River model. It's a copy of Dave Beck's original one when he had the hollow grind on it, and Bat River's done a good job here. But I'm really cautious with the draw section on this. Now, the draw section itself for doing like feather sticks and small cutting tasks. So once you've battened through your wood on your logs and got it down to like 2-inch kindling size, this is when you start using the draw section here. And he was talking about putting a hollow grind like this one here. I hope you can make that out. So this is a weak geometry on a blade. It's far too thin to take the impact. So for doing shavings, feather sticks, I just think that the trackers are king when it comes to doing them. And just with a bit of practice, you'll get them as thin as this, no problem, with the right selection of wood. This tool's used for heavy use, so the convex grind is definitely the best for that, and that's why it's on axes. The other thing as well, we're having multiple grinds on your tracker. It means it's more difficult to sharpen because you've got more to think about and more tools to take out to sharpen up. That was another reason we stuck to the convex, because basically it's the most sturdiest and it can take the most impact, and as a one tool option, survival tool, that's what you're looking for. The STV tracker was designed for more the traditionalist tracker user. A knife that was actually along the lines of the Bat River tracker in the size comparison, and as you can see, they're virtually the same size here, as in length and width. Just the saw is probably sticking up a bit further on this, but basically that's what we were looking for, a knife in comparison with the same size as the Bat River or the Dave Beck original design. Okay, so this is why we come up with this design. The other thing with the Bat River design was it had a multifaceted handle, just like the Dave Beck knives do, but what we found when using it was it was good in certain cutting tasks, but for talking's sake, you've done chopping and then changed to a lever grip like so, then this is where we started to get hot spots and these lumps and humps. And if you go back on my catalogue of videos, you'll see me actually modding the handle on this, and this is far more comfortable now than it was when I originally got it. So it's comfortable in all grips, whether you're pinching up like so, a lever grip, you're chopping, you can go in the foregrip, the finger choil grip, good solid grip here, can go to the rear grip, the Luco grip, okay, and the pinky lanyard grip, with just simply twisting when it comes to chopping through large trees like so. You just put it in here and we would chop like that. Okay, so this is where this knife handle design came from, and the material that it's made from is Permale wood scales. This is an impregnated type of wood used by the military. It's super tough and it's so comfortable. The other thing that's good about this also is when you get the knife home, the knives are actually made to fit your hand, so you'll give the measurements to Kev in the process of ordering this, and it'll be made to fit your hand. But you can see these kind of facets on it. You maybe get a spot, it's just slightly too high. The good thing about it, you just take a bit of sandpaper and give it a quick rub, and this will eventually fit your hand perfect, and the ergonomics will suit you down to a T then. Okay, you can see it's got the faceting underneath. And faceting on the top to assist you when it comes to gripping it and holding the knife. So this is Parmali wooden handle scales. A solid piece of kit, this, very comfortable, no shock through it, great for chopping, and got quite good thermal properties. I was quite surprised during the winter when using these knives. You know, the wood heats up, which is really nice in your hand. They work really good with gloves also, so it was designed for that, and that's why the handles, as you can see, sticks out the rear here, and it allows for glove users in winter conditions, so good for that and good for the guys in the military. This is a one tool option designed for going on survival courses, hard use out in the wilderness, a wilderness survival knife, just like Dave Beck come up with that name many years ago and put it on the outside of his. But this is the actual intended use of these knives. Okay, so we wanted something that was really up to par and could do the job and was well capable of getting the job done. We come up with this design, and for the guys that are serving in the military, we come up with this one. This has got a really strong tanto point to it with the swedge, and this got a really good positive stop here and really comfortable. This has got a fantastic grip on it. I really like this knife. So when it comes to thrusting, this is what this one was designed more for the guys in the military. See, this one doesn't have a saw and it's 6mm thick. So these were designed for hard use. You just need to get the time in using these knives. As Lee was saying in his videos, you need to be seasoned in this. You definitely do. These knives are an investment tool. They'll last you a lifetime, so you may as well put the time in to start with when you first get them, and they really will do the job for you. So if you have any questions on the STV tracker made by Kev Cunningham at Origin Knives, just put it in the comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And if I can't, then hopefully Kev will be able to help you out there. Hopefully that gives you a greater picture on how we went about designing the knives and their purposes. Link in the description box below for Lee Arrowsmith's videos that he done 1 to 4, and you can pop in and have a look at his channel, see what you think of that, and his videos that he done on the STV tracker. So just before I go, it was just to let you know, in the near future, this knife here, this is the Origin Scout, which was made for UK bushcraft market. This knife here I have is made in B-cut stainless steel, but he's just about to put into production the same model done in 01, and we know that's a favourite of a lot of our bushcrafters, really tough steel, and his 01 tool steel heat treatment is absolutely fantastic. And so that'll be coming out in the near future, and hopefully I will be doing a video on that and some field trials and see how the 01 gets on compared to the stainless steel version. Right, that's me going for my tea, so I'll catch you all in my next video. Thanks again for coming along to the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the future.